Let's see another.
Abraham, if we live in a vibrational universe, is it fair to say that the physical is just a vibration with a whole lot of momentum? That there isn't really that clear a line between physical and non-physical? For instance, if I'm using my physical eyes and seeing light radiating from someone's face, because if I'm really perceiving that continuum between the non-physical, including the vortex, and the physical, then it really helps in not becoming discouraged but with the things that have not yet become physical. Feeling my vibration shift and the momentum build is just as reassuring as seeing a train in the distance coming into the station where I'm waiting to get on it. Comments, clarifications, much appreciated. Thanks.
Yes, we agree with everything you said. And we also want to acknowledge how fun it is. Esther does this all the time. She's ravenous about thinking these things through, like you just did, and explaining to herself over and over again about how thoughts do turn to things. That's if that conversation is satisfying to you, then keep doing it. It's satisfying to Esther, and she continues to do it. And part of the reason that we offer so many words to so many of you is because you like these satisfying, logical explanations. You could take a simpler approach to it, and rather than understanding it in ways that can be so accurately described as you just did, you could just find a match that feels good and then just take pleasure in the evolving results. The other night, Esther watched a late night program, and the interviewer was interviewing two currently active songwriters and lyricists. One of them was young, newer on the scene of fame, and the other one had been around a long, long time with lots of Broadway musicals and so forth to his credit. And the conversation captivated Esther because she knows the work of both of these men, a very young man and a very old man. And the fact that they're collaborating thrilled her. The interviewer asked, what keeps them so thrilled about their process? And each of them explained, sort of weaving in and out of each other's sentences, that they realized that something wasn't exactly the way they wanted it to be. There was some request for it to be different, and so they had a step one moment. They didn't say they had a step one moment. We're telling you they had a step one moment. So they went back to the drawing board, so to speak, to the writing board, and in about an hour had completely written a whole new song, music and lyrics from beginning to end. And this was the statement that we want you to hear. They said, oh, a little bit ago, that didn't exist. That didn't exist, and now it does. Now it's easier to accept that wasn't a song an hour ago. That song didn't exist an hour ago. That song which they know because they know who they are, and they could feel what they had, and they could feel the power of it, which is going to be another Broadway hit, and it's going to be part of the music genre forever and ever and ever. This thing, this big thing that we just created didn't even exist an hour ago. Now it's easier to accept that when you're turning thoughts to words, or thoughts to impulses to make music on keys, but everything is that way. You're right. We liked your question, your absolutely accurate question. Are things that manifest just vibrations that have trended longer? Precisely.